first time that Ty, myself, has worn the WrestleMania exclusive. Finally, The Rock has come back to WrestleMania shirt. I bought this, 9 months ago with Courtney live in Philadelphia when The Rock just amazed the fans, electrified the fans, entertained the fans. Cody might have won the title, but The Rock was there, and that's all that mattered, right, Court?
No, we have different perspectives there, but I was there when you went to get the shirt. And you did text me and say, wow, they have Cody weight belts. And I said, I cannot afford a Cody weight belt, but thank you for rubbing that in my face. But good times.
I think The Rock was undefeated at WrestleMania this year. So, I mean, The Rock did what he had to do. The Rock won his match. You know, it was Roman that unfortunately, let down the family. And, that's why now he's the tribal chief again. We'll get into that. But The Rock, the final boss, he took care of business. He pinned Cody.
We got a lot to talk about that Mr. Dwayne Johnson. We got a lot to unbreak here because I got a lot to say.
Court's got a lot to say. We might have a Cody corner popping through soon. But The Rock ushered in the new era of Monday Night Raw, of WWE, in my opinion, with that hell of a PLE that was Netflix's first Raw that had advertisements, which confused me, but I digress. I guess you need to make money and throw some ads. It's like live television all over again. But my boy Dwayne, not the final boss, not The Rock, Dwayne TKO, the head of the board or director of the board, he ushered it in. He thanked Cody. He gave Cody his flowers. Thanked him for carrying the company on his back. He laid the Ulafala on Roman after his big victory. The Rock's just a happy man. He's ready to make some money. He goes to, CW, NXT, shows face with his daughter Ava. Him and his daughter Ava on the red carpet at the Golden Globes, hanging out. Like, they're going global. Rock's taking his daughter with him. It's great. I'm enjoying it. And I want to get your guys' thoughts overall first. First ever Monday Night Raw, Netflix. It was like 3 hours, 15-ish minutes. And I had no interruptions. I was in shock. Even The Rock made a jab at the Netflix higher-ups and was like, if this glitched at all, any time during The Rock's promo, he was in a Squid Games their ass. And they're lucky. They're lucky because he would have done it. So what did you guys think? First ever Raw on Netflix.
I buffered twice. Well, to be fair, it wasn't hardwired. So when I went downstairs and I was hardwired, I didn't buffer anymore. But when I was on the TV upstairs, I buffered. And I buffered right when Rock came out after Roman won. And I was texting you, Ty, and you're like, I'm hardwired. I'm good. I'm like, yeah, congratulations. Like, I'm buffering. But it was fine. Like, there was really nothing crazy. I don't think it was anything more than, like, the normal, too many people at once thing. It wasn't – I reloaded. I just refreshed the page and I was fine. So that was the only issue I had. But I did buffer. So I was, like, kind of annoyed because I watched football on there on Christmas and didn't buffer at all.
So for me, I guess it's a little different. I didn't get to watch live. I have bowling every Monday night. So I was at bowling trying to stay away from all the spoilers that were happening throughout social media, just try to stay off my phone and focus on my bowling game. So the one thing that I did enjoy was once Raw ended, it was up for replay. It wasn't like a PLE where, like, let's say like I missed Survivor Series and I wanted to start from the beginning of Survivor Series. With the PLE on Peacock, you have to wait at least an hour to start the stream or for it to replay. For me, coming home from bowling, I was able to sit down on my couch and instantly turn on the replay of Raw and start right from the beginning, which I loved. So I had a different aspect of things because I was on the replay side. I didn't watch it live. I watched it directly right after. I probably turned it on at 11:35. That's when I started Raw. So for me, The streaming wise, it all worked out perfectly for me because, like I said, didn't have to wait, just got right into it. No buffering at all, no issues with the replays at all. The commercials were a little weird. I didn't know what to expect there because I actually ended up paying for the premium for like 1 month just because I thought like we spoke about, like if you watch like on Amazon Prime a football game, the quality is just killer. So I thought maybe it would have been a little different. It didn't look too different to me. So, but apparently if you use, I don't want to say what it is, but if you use a program that makes your internet act like it's in Australia, as long as you put it internationally, you won't get the advertisements. So might be trying that next week. I don't know. But for me, it was a excellent experience, and I can't wait for us to dive a little bit more into what actually occurred throughout the night.
Yeah, I think London, like overseas and everything, there were segments that we didn't get. There was a segment with the New Day, a couple things that we didn't get because we had ads, but whatever. That's America for you. We got to get our ads in there. It's crazy.
Got to make money where you can. But yeah, Justin. So did you stay up the whole night and watch that whole thing?
I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning on Monday.
Oh my God! And you have a
was it
2-month-old child.
Yeah, it has. I couldn't not watch it. Yeah. So like my Maria knew once bowling was over, it was Monday Night Raw, because I had people, dude. I'll tell you what, I had friends of mine texting me like the live stream, like the opening for it. And they don't even watch wrestling. That's how hyped up people were for this. I was like, yeah, about time. The closet wrestling fans are coming out. Let's go. Now we can talk. Enjoy this. Like, I'm here to talk wrestling whenever anyone wants to. So, like, my cousin's husband sending me like, oh, Rock and Cena are going to be on this. I was like, yeah, like, let's go to freaking Raw at Madison Square Garden in March. Like, let's do it. It's just me and my one buddy. Like, we have to go. We still haven't gone to anything together.
It's true.
So it's like, just everyone like out of nowhere just started texting me like, oh, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
So what do you guys think your biggest highlight of the night was, and your like biggest disappointment of the night?
So Court, I'll take this first. My highlight of the night would have to be, this is going to be a joke one, and then I'll do the real one, would be Travis Scott smoking a joint on TV, just rolling up and smoking that joint just on Raw. Like, that's Raw for you now. Like,
hardcore title in hand, blunt in the other, eating away with Jey Uso. Didn't know where he was.
That's just Raw now. So, no, that wasn't the highlight. But like, my highlight would probably have to be that Punk Rollins match. It was just incredible. And the way that they finished it off was exactly the same finish that Punk and Moxley had. So now hopefully maybe he puts in a favor with Paul Heyman and he gets a Mania main event with Roman Reigns. Same thing happens. Who knows? But that was definitely my highlight. My low light would probably have to be Hulk Hogan. I mean, that was brutal. And that's just, I know you guys probably have something to chime in with Hulk Hogan, so I won't take up the floor there. Hulk Hogan's my low light.
I don't disagree with you. I talked to Cor Monday night too about it. But for me, like, the moment Shawn Michaels like oversold against Hogan because Hogan wouldn't, do the deed for HBK, that's the moment like I'm like, this dude has his head so far up his own fucking ass, it's not even funny. And it's crazy to me that especially like Triple H and stuff like thought, let's bring Hogan out in Los Angeles, in California, and see like how the crowd's going to react. Because I can tell you, if it was political or not, that crowd was not cheering for Hulk Hogan. I couldn't believe how bad he was getting booed out that arena. Poor Jimmy Hart, like, he doesn't deserve that. The mouth of the South, like, come on. He probably should have turned his coat and ran.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart is waving the flag behind him like, oh my God, this is awful. This is a butcher job. What's going on right now?
Did you guys see the segment on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday where he has Hulk Hogan come out and he's like, oh, Jimmy brother, they hate you. Like, obviously it was somebody playing as Hogan, but I was dying because I'm sure Hogan came back and he was like, "Oh, Jimmy, they hate you," because he's so inept to what he does. He literally thinks like that there's no way he's gonna be booed. I don't know if it's political. I don't know if it's just that wrestling fans got smart and realized that he's kind of an asshole. Yeah, that was the boos were so. And right before that, Stephen Amell came on, and I was texting Ty like, "Oh, Stephen Amell's there. Like, wonder if he gets a shout out." Like he was like the last guy that they panned from, and like the boos were raining. Like it definitely wasn't what they expected, but it was hilarious, and I was enjoying it. It was hilarious to me.
Yeah, all the surprises too were good. Like the Undertaker coming out at the end with Rhea was pretty sick. You know, I mean, we had John Cena, we had The Rock. It was awesome. It was great. For me, since I'm not going to pick the same disappointment, the thing that disappointed me most was kind of the ending of the women's world title match. I think Liv, I know Rhea is going to go on a dominant slay as the champion, and she deserves it. I think they both deserve it. So that's why this is hard for me to say. But I don't know, man. I feel like if they really would have put Liv over in that moment, I really felt like it would have done her a long way, because Rhea doesn't like at this point to me, like Rhea is so larger than life. She doesn't need the title to like have eyes on her. Granted, it helps. It does help. But I feel like Liv, especially without the title now, especially if this feud's done, like where does she go? Right? Because the whole, reason she was world champion was she wanted to take everything away from Rhea. And she did, and she was rubbing in her face, and she did a great job doing it. So like, it's tough. I hope they do have a lot more for Liv. Maybe she'll go to SmackDown. Maybe they bring her over because she's already beat Nia. She's the first ever women's crown jewel champion. And then for Dominic to come out and like try and like go back to Rhea it was like forced to me. It was like dumb and forced. I don't think they needed to do that. But that was the disappointment for me. I don't know how you guys felt about that one, but that's what I felt in that moment.
Yeah,
go Justin.
Isn't that what we were worried about last episode? We said, like, if Liv loses, where does she go from here? So now are we going? I mean, I know we're probably going to get the end, hopefully, of the Final Testament and Wyatt 6, but now do we go directly into the Judgment Day and Wyatt 6 so the Judgment Day can finally break up? Because now there's just no life to this at all. Like, even when they walked in, you saw Finn and Liv being like buddy, and then he looked over at JD and gave him like I got it, don't worry, with like a little like keep quiet. So like there's still something there. There's still something burning and brewing within the Judgment Day that we still have to get to the bottom of. But now that she doesn't have the title, I don't know. And with the whole Dom thing, I think that was a joke. But now they have to discuss it. They're going to have to talk about it on Raw at some point about why he tried to do that. So,
yeah, like Liv's going to see that. She's going to see the footage and see that he tried to, jump onto, even if it was jokingly and he was trying to play both sides. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, I almost think in a way like they wanted a place for Rhea. She's so over. Like, if you look in the crowd, there's so many Rhea signs and there's so much. And Liv is amazing and she does great work and she's been killing it. But, like, there's so many nonchalant fans that love Rhea that they're just trying to, like, conceptualize on that. And I don't know. But now I think Liv goes, like you said, Justin, the Y6. Like, I feel like it's just going to turn into that sooner rather than later. So then who challenges Rhea? I mean,
so I think, for my opinion, for why they did the Dom Mysterio thing was so that way Liv and Raquel can move on from the Judgment Day, and Finn can be, the leader. If we all listen to Finn, we win of the Judgment Day. If Dom doesn't have Liv and Raquel, he's going to go back to the Judgment Day. So that's why I think they did that. I don't think we're going to have a Wyatt 6 for his Judgment Day. I think we're going to see a beginning of the end for the Judgment Day, and I think that's going to start when Finn and Damian happens next week in a street fight. because I think what's going to happen is Judgment Day is going to come out, try and help Finn. Damien's still going to win. And the following week, I think they're just going to be like implode.
And then just another thing that I was a little upset about, but obviously we'll get it next week, is the debut of Penta. I was pumped. I was looking forward to it. And the fact that, it's now being pushed off to next week. I understand there was a lot going on that debut episode on Netflix, but now we know it's going to be him versus Chad Gable. Even Triple H, Big Paul Levesque said in the post press conference, whatever, he's like, you all know, like if you all know who it is. So just like, I can't wait to see Penta debut.
Yeah, against Chad. Yeah. And then for me, one of my favorite moments, I mean, obviously my top, I'm not going to take what you said, Justin, but my top was, Punk Seth. They tore the house down. I love the finish. I can't wait to the.
Yeah, I think that's all our tops.
Yeah. But like the second one, I'm happy Jay went over on Drew. Drew's become this force, rightfully so. But, I think people count out Jay sometimes because he is one of the top baby faces. Look, when he came out, the reaction he had, especially in this new era, like he is on top of his game. And, it's a shame to me that he lost his Intercontinental Championship so quickly. But I think he'll be right back in there. And I can't wait to see it. So I'm glad that Jay started 2025 with a big win against Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, for sure. That was a banger of a match too. Great match. It was quicker than I would have liked, but it was good. My low light, shocking, is the lack of Cody. I mean, he was sitting in the stands and Rock gave him his flowers, and I have a lot to say about that, so I won't get into it. But
go into it. Let's hear it.
Do we want to do Coach Cody Quarter now?
Yeah, get into it.
Yeah, we might as well just jump right into Court's Cody Corner.
All right, I'm gonna take a sip, and you go off. You go off, Queen.
So I had a lot to say. I didn't like. I know that Cody's kayfabe an injury with KO, and that's why he can't be involved as much. That's fine. When he was just standing in the crowd, and Brock's just like, oh, give his flowers to Cody. And I was like, what is he doing? That is absurd. That is the most un-Cody thing in the world to do. Like, he loves to be this defending champion. Like, he should be backstage, holding his belt, being like, all right, I'm watching the show. Okay, get over that. Fine. Then he has the run-in during the, Roman and Solo match. And it's fine. And, he takes out Kevin Owens and they battle through. I would have liked more. And again, this is very personal to me, of course. I would have liked more Cody. I feel like a lot of that was just too small of an increment for someone that is supposed to be this next top babyface. Like, if this was 10 years ago and John Cena was the guy, John Cena wouldn't, even if he was feuding with Edge, say it was, God, what the fuck year was that? 2006. Say it was 2006, 2007. Edge and Cena are feuding. Cena's hurt, right? And Cena's just standing there. And then eventually he runs on Edge on a huge episode of Raw that's supposed to be monumental. It's ridiculous. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't compute. And again, this is sour grapes from me. This is all just stupid. But I think that Cody has been the guy, should be the guy, and should have been a little more featured. I appreciated that he was featured in the, promos and all that, but there were people there just to see Cody, just to do the whoa. There was people just to do that. Which, again, I'm fine. It's all good. He's still a champion, and I'm okay with it. And if we want to keep going on the Cody's Corner, I will say that the Rock's promo in NXT drove me into an irrational rage. Irrational. I got so mad when I watched that promo because you come out on Monday and you sing his praises and you're drinking tequila in the back and Cody made fun of his beard and, he's thanking him for going to the Moana 2 premiere in Hawaii and all this stuff. Then you come out on NXT and you're just shitting on Cody and the internet and Cody crybabies and what are you doing? Where is this Rock thing going? That's what I want to know. It's not even a Cody thing anymore. I just want to know what The Rock is doing. Like, is this going to lead to more? Is this going to lead to, he's like, oh, just trust The Rock and the ride that The Rock is taking you on. Okay, what's that ride? Because right now, it seems like we're just going in one big circle.
You're a Cody crybaby. You don't even you cannot smell what The Rock is cooking.
I can't smell it. I can't see it. I can't hear it. It's horrible.
So Court, I will agree that watching it was a little weird in the beginning. Watching The Rock give Cody even just the flowers. Like, to me, I was like, all right, well, the last time we saw you, you were talking to Mama Rhodes and you were making her son bleed. So, and then like watching the socials of them, like you said, drinking the tequila together, bullshitting together, laughing, like that to me, I was also like, all right, this is a little weird. Like, this isn't playing into the storylines at all. But then it's like Monday night was supposed to draw in more eyes. Monday night was supposed to bring back those eyes. That's why the Undertaker was there, just to do his arm thing with Rhea Ripley. Like, let's be real, he wasn't there for no other reason. So like, I'll let everything slide for just last week. If we start going, there's like the storylines are still a little weird to me, then I'll get pissed off. I actually enjoyed The Rock last night saying, oh, people are telling me that I'm so mean to Cody, and then I go and have a drink with Cody. Everyone's like, you got to be mean to Cody. I get it, because that's the story. That's the progression to it. I totally understand that. But if The Rock's saying that he's got something cooking, maybe he's trying to be nice to Cody, and then he's just going to smack him right in the face. Who knows? Like with the one Instagram post, he ended it off with what's his name? Chief Sulu.
High Chief Sanghili or whatever. I think Sanghili.
Yeah. So that was like, I think that was more from him. Like that was him thanking everyone for getting Raw and wrestling to this point. After last night's, it was signed the final boss. So there's two different, there's the board Rock, Dwayne Johnson of TKO. That's who we saw on Monday. There's final boss Rock that still wants to kick the shit out of Cody Rhodes, and he's going to try to make it happen.
Let me reel this in for you people that don't smell what The Rock's cooking. You can't start Netflix Monday Night Raw heel Rock. You think people are going to tune in and see The Rock shitting on everyone and be like, oh, this is great? No. You need, the people's champion to come out and do what he does, electrify the masses, talk his piece. And in that sense, you're giving, he's giving his flowers to Cody, to Roman, to Triple H. He's, giving it to, the Netflix board, the TKO board, who was front row. So to me, that was like, this is the start of the new era. I'm like one of the bosses giving out like, the business speech to this new era, and let's go from there. Like the last time we saw The Rock before that, he did the kill shot with the 3-2-1. He was doing it to both Roman and Cody. Meanwhile, he also put the Ulafala around Roman on Monday night. But again, like you said, Justin, I think we all saw TKO director Dwayne Johnson. They said in the promo package at the beginning, they're very good at blurring the lines between reality and entertainment. And I think on NXT, we had that start back to the crossover, what The Rock is going to be moving forward. I don't think The Rock was talking shit about Cody on that promo. I think, like you said, Justin, too, he was just, saying, what the fuck do you guys want? One thing I do, you complain. If I do the other thing, you complain again. So, like, there's nothing I can do wrong. And the people who are saying The Rock should hate Cody are not the Cody crybabies. That's the other side of the internet. That's like the Roman ridiculous people. I don't even know. I don't want to say for that. But I think The Rock now, moving forward, when he comes in, it's going to be in a big way. It's going to be heel Rock. It's going to be final boss Rock. And it's going to be the ride that we all want to be a part of. So buckle in. Make sure that roller coaster strap is on tight, because you don't want to fall out when that ride starts. I'm telling you.
And my favorite thing to do now, I did it all day today while I was painting at the apartment, was wow. Once The Rock started doing that, I like just say I'm just out of nowhere. I'll just yell that, and my wife
Sound
would
like
be
Mario a little bit there.
Yahoo! Yahoo! Not bad. Not bad.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Triple H gave me chills, man, when they dropped the curtain at first, and just seeing fucking Fortnite in the middle of that ring, hysterical. What is Logan not paying his dues? Like, what happened to the Prime bottle? Why do we got Fortnite in the middle of that ring? Granted, I was hoping they were going to drop some new wrestling skins, but they didn't. Maybe in the future, but not last night.
I just want to know how much Epic Games is paying for that center ring right there.
They probably made it back last night in V-Buck and all the money that was made in V-Buck transactions.
Yeah, I mean, probably you're probably right there. But then, like, one other thing was, you have the people saying, "Oh, Becky was supposed to debut, and then she was supposed to debut, but her time was cut short because of Hogan and the Undertaker." She wasn't like. Then it finally came out saying that she signed her contract. She wasn't even in California. She had nothing to do with the Raw debut, and she'll be returning imminently. So it's like, you got to just listen. Like, when you listen to rumors, you got to trust who you trust.
Yeah.
And the other ones, you just got to block them.
Because even
Sayonara, block them.
Liv Rhea was going to be a last woman standing match. And that was a complete rumor.
Yeah, I think we just all bought a rumor on that. Like, we just totally bought that. I thought that was confirmed.
And Ty, I don't think the Hardcore Championship is actually being brought back.
It's obviously not. I think Travis is good. Even though he doesn't even know he is, he probably just is his forever.
Yeah.
That man had no idea where he was.
Did you see Jake stopping him and telling him to go and stopping him?
Yeah.
He was geeked out of his mind. He's lucky I don't find where he is, spear his ass with a ref next to me, and take the Hardcore Championship for myself. Wear it on this fucking podcast.
She's probably got security guards that are pretty beefy. You'd have to bring your.
I'll be so quick they won't even know what hit the man. That title will be around my waist, and I'll be out that fucking area 10 seconds flat.
Yeah.
And then just to add on, like, can we talk about NXT last night? Just riding the momentum that WWE has just constantly been on for months now. They had a sold out show in LA, like 3,000 people. And it started off with a banger. We have a new NXT Women's Champion, Julia. I mean, I think rightfully so. We all saw that one coming. And I hope Roxanne Perez has done everything she could possibly do in NXT. It is time for her to get a call up. 1,000%. I don't know if it's Raw or SmackDown. Just make sure you have a plan in place for her, because she is money.
How about Stephanie Vakir, the number one contender for the women's championship? Now we're gonna have Julia versus Stephanie, and that's gonna be a banger for the championship.
I thought that was for the North American.
Was it?
Women's North? Yeah, I think that was.
Was it? For some reason, I thought it was the women's championship.
Yeah, because it's Kalani Jordan being in it. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, but I think that was to face Fallon Henley for her North American title. But still, you have these women that were brought in to NXT for a reason, and they're here and they're making their marks. I mean, Zarya is the only one we didn't get to see, really.
Yep.
Yeah,
you're right. It was the NXT
North
American Championship.
Yeah.
Which would be crazy to see, like you said, Justin, to see if they're both champions of NXT at this moment in time.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I hope Roxanne comes up, because that roster just keeps getting more loaded by the minute. Like, I'm so ready for it.
We saw Charlotte and Becky coming back.
Exactly, yeah.
It's crazy. How many more amazing female talents can you possibly have right now? That we've gone through almost over a year without Charlotte, who led that women's division for God knows how many years. And then Becky's been out for months without a contract. So the fact that we're still bringing those two back, my God, holy shit.
We're in for a ride, people. And even again, back to NXT, they literally ushered in this new era in a big way, because not only is Julia, the NXT Women's Champion, Obafemi, the new men's, NXT world champion. And to me, that's well deserved. Like, that dude's going to be a monster as NXT champion. And I'm excited to see what they do with him, because the moment he entered that match, I knew he was winning that. There's no way. The dude, the way they book him, he's like Brock Lesnar, but the NXT version of him. And he's just this, he is like what Vince saw in Brock, but how many years later? And it's going to be amazing to see him on the main roster when he gets there one day.
My only thing is, Oba definitely deserved that win. He, like you just said, he is a freak. My concern now is for Trick Williams, because like I just said for Roxanne, she definitely deserves a call up. Trick, for me, I don't know if he's ready. And if he is,
he's so ready.
But see, like, I don't know, like, what are you going to pair him with Carmelo again? So him and Carmelo Hayes are like, just so you think he can, you guys think that Trick Williams can survive on his own on the main roster?
First night, his music hits. You're going to hear 20,000 strong. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. But get ready for it, dude.
No, I'm fine with that. Sure. But theme music can't get you, like, theme music can only get you so far. Like the whoop that trick, like that's all his theme.
Fandango was over just based off his fucking music. Come on.
But Dave, where did Fandango go? Where did Fandango go? He got released.
He's 1,000 times better than
Johnny Curtis can work. No shit talking Johnny Curtis on this podcast. Johnny Curtis can work. He has a wrestling school with Sean Spears.
Okay, but who's a bigger superstar?
No, it could be Tyler Breeze.
Fandango, aka Johnny Curtis, or Trick Williams? Because to me, 1,000% Trick.
I don't know. All I'm saying is sure, he can absolutely thrive, but I just want to say that if he gets the call up as well, I just have my concerns about where they're going to place him and what storylines they're going to put him in. Like, I don't want to see him flounder, because I do know how athletic he is and how talented he is. Because we've seen it happen. NXT stars get the call up and they get released 4 or 5 months later because they just flounder.
That's the Vince era, bro. This ain't that ain't the Triple H era. Look at Carmelo Hayes. Look at Braun Breaker. Like, I mean, Braun Breaker is just one of the biggest stars on Raw right now. Intercontinental champion, kicking ass. Correct. Where the dog's at. And we're just seeing the start of Carmelo Hayes. Like, he's in segments all the time. They keep putting him in front of, like the likes of Cody, LA Knight. So I don't know, man. I think Triple H actually has a vision for those people that get brought up. Like, look at the War Raiders, right? Under Vince, they're like, put Viking hats on these fucking idiots, and make them a tag team. And now they're back to their, NXT roots, and they're the champs.
Yeah. No, I get it. I just have my concerns that, hopefully he doesn't flounder. But the good news is Carmelo Hayes is up there. So when in doubt, put those two back together.
Exactly.
And you're golden. So there is a fallback plan to Trick Williams, which I am happy for and I am excited about.
I also think, like, something that goes, like, unnoticed is, like, Triple H was involved a lot in NXT when these guys all were around too. And him and Sean are, like, mega close. And, like, it's like when you text your best friend, like, hey, like, oh, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm working with Obafemi. Oh, I'm working with this guy. Like, he knows, he's got his finger on the pulse in such a way that he's got a way to bring these guys up in the, like, maybe we can't see it, or you can't see it, Justin. Like, I can see him going up and just, remember when, like, Enzo Amore and Cass came up and just their stupid, promo alone got them over? Like, insanely over at a Raw after WrestleMania? Like, it happens. It does happen.
Yeah. And I want to talk a little bit about that in my little segue, but we saw Ethan Page and The Rock and Ava all together. Rock slapped Ethan Page on the ass. And on TikTok later on, Ethan was saying, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, they might not like him, but at least The Rock likes him and likes his ass. And he's like, Ethan Page, and he's like, The Rock knows what Ethan Page is cooking. And he does. The Rock does. The Rock knows. So watch Ethan come back and become the next NXT World Champion. No, he's not beating Obafemi. But I'm excited to see what Ethan Page does next. Him on the main roster. I would love to see him and Cody do some beefing. But I don't know, man. I miss Ethan Page as NXT champion. Obviously, you know, his time came and went a little bit. I think Obafemi, like I said before, well deserved. But I'm excited to see what additions we make before this this open trade period happens. I think Drew maybe go to SmackDown, right? Get him away from the likes of Sami Zayn and Jay. You know, put him away from CM Punk. Make him full focus maybe on Roman. If Seth, Drew, and Kevin can all be SmackDown, they can be the Hate Brothers together. It'd be great.
So for me, like Drew clearly has motives right now, and that is destroying everyone in the bloodline. So he's working through it. I think he still wants to get at Jay, obviously, because Jay just went over on him. So I don't know when the period closes. I always forget to look. So I don't know when this free agent market, whatever you want to call it, closes. But I see Drew sticking wherever the bloodline is. So maybe he goes past Jay, but then, like you said, goes to SmackDown because clearly, but now who knows? Because Roman was just on Raw. So it's all just a giant toss up at this point. Like, let's just get past next week, maybe, but then we're on the road to the Rumble. So we got to get ready for more surprises because Jordan Grace's contract with TNA is going to be up within the next 2 weeks. I think I made a bold prediction on last episode saying that Jordan Grace is going to be a women's champion in WWE this year. So it's just, I don't know. There's a lot going on to where I don't know where people are going left and right.
See, talking about that too, especially with the Rumble, like something John Cena said to kind of divert a little bit during his promo is that he just shows up and does what they ask, right? Or, I mean, he said that in the press conference. That kind of concerns me because that means he's not going to be wrestling that much. To me, I thought he used to be like wrestling like all the time, doing what he used to do. But based off that one comment, like, I don't know. Like, is he just going to show up and just start promoting a shirt that says a different city on it, like Brock Lesnar, and like, maybe wrestle in the pay-per-views and stuff or PLEs? Like, do you guys have the same vibe, or am I just like overthinking it?
I got like a weird vibe from Cena when Chris Van Vliet asked his question and was like, "Oh, how many matches are you gonna wrestle?" And that's exactly what he said. He said, "I just show up and do what they say."
Maybe that's what it was from.
It was from the post, the press conference.
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh, like I don't know," and like he's like, "You got to ask the people later, like people that are gonna close this press conference, how many matches?" But it seems to me that there's the room for at least 25 to 30 matches. Because how many times can you come out and cut that promo? That promo sucked, by the way.
Yeah, it did. It
was like, he tried to like heal on himself, being like, "Oh, I'll never win like an Emmy or an Oscar," whatever he said. And, so like that's just Cena like self-deprecating, which is just, we have never been Cena fans ever. I mean, I don't know, Justin, I can't speak for you.
Well, we were pre-Super Cena. It was
Edge Cena.
Word Life.
Oh,
Cena,
yeah, Word
and
Life.
Edge
Yeah,
Cena.
heel Cena, absolutely.
Yeah.
But when he was like, "Oh, I don't know, that's for the powers to be," like, dude, don't you want to like do something besides just talk? Like, no one wants to pay to see you talk. They want to see and then I think someone brought up, "Oh, if you ever turn heel, Dr. Thuganomics, Cena," he's like, "Oh, you just have to see." So I don't know. The next few weeks are going to be telling, like you said, Justin.
Yeah, and he must have been distracted with that promo because he had his current wife right there in the front row, and he also had his ex-wife on the other side in the front row. So, I mean, that's got to be a tough look for John Cena. So I would be a little distracted as well if I had my ex-wife and my current wife, whatever. I'm never gonna have an ex-wife, so Maria, don't worry about that.
I think it was ex-fiance, but
No, I thought they got married. No,
Nikki?
Were they-
No.
no, he never married.
they never got married.
No.
He proposed
Oh,
at
they-
WrestleMania.
Yes, I remember that.
That was interesting as fuck.
That was all Vincey. That was
definitely
I'm
Vince.
still
It's like,
convinced.
this is good shit. I'll pay extra if you propose to your girlfriend on WrestleMania.
I do remember that, but I thought they got married. I guess they just broke off the engagement.
They didn't make it that far. But like to me, with the Cena promo, like the dude's got never give up on his shirt, and he was like giving up in the beginning of his promo. So to me, that took me out right off the fucking get go. I'm like, Mr. Never Give Up is giving up. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are we even self-deprecating?
But we brought this up last week that we didn't need him just to jump right into like these main events because he's on a losing streak. So I am glad that he brought that up. I am glad that he brought up the fact that in his past, I think he said like the last time he won a singles match was, I don't even know when. It was that long ago.
2,500
2000.
something.
Yeah, it was like over 2008.
Yeah. So I as a wrestler, like it's okay to start doubting yourself. I mean, Brian Myers, I think he might have. I don't know. Remember when Brian Myers was on that streak in WWE?
My boy Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt Hawkins. Yeah, his streak was like I don't even know what that was, but it ended with the championship. So Cena's definitely getting that title. I just, I like the fact that he is not confident in his wrestling abilities right now, and he has to garner that back up.
I hate it.
It's do you really?
I hate it too.
I hate it so much. Bring the guy back, have him smack around, like I said last week, Austin Theory, give him a Super Cena fucking run. I think what should happen is have him lose the Royal Rumble by 1. Someone goes up on him. Have him win the Elimination Chamber to fight, which I think the person who's going to win is going to go for the Raw title. Cena can fight Cody at Mania because I think that's what Cody wants. Cody goes over. All hope is lost. Cena's not going to get his title. Then he wins the Money in the Bank, fights whoever the Raw champion is, and wins it from them. I think that's my idea. That's my thought process of what's going to happen, because I think if Cody and Cena wrestle, that match is going to be the passing of the guard, and Cody's not losing that match. It's going to be Cena passing the torch to Cody. So that's where I see that going. But have this fucking man just start decimating people. Have him go beat Obafemi for the NXT championship. Have him fucking take Braun Strowman and FU him off a fucking stage onto a chair or a fucking car for all I care. Have him win a last, an I Quit match against the Wyatt 6, all 6 of them, fucking 5 of them, whatever it is. That, it's John Cena's last fucking year. Who gives a shit? Let him fucking win.
But I agree with that. So I actually love the whole map that you just, plotted out for John Cena's last year. I really do. I love that. But why can't that happen after that promo? Like that promo was just saying like, I don't have faith in myself. And then Austin Theory comes in and he goes, you know what? I have an issue with you still. And then he beats him. And then he starts gaining his
Super Cena strength.
Yeah. He gets the S back on his chest, like he starts believing in himself again. Like all that was last night or Monday night was just him saying like, yeah, I suck right now, but I'm here to do it. I'm giving this next year my all, and whatever happens, happens. Like, I don't know why the promo sucked.
Because John Cena has so much more to offer instead of just dwelling on the past. He's never done that, especially during his Super Cena run. We've seen him lose matches. We've seen him lose championships. And what did he do? Oh, Edge beat me for the title. Maybe I'm not as good as I am. Maybe I'll fight for the Intercontinental Championship instead because, if Edge can beat me, then, maybe I'm not good enough for the W. No, fuck off. Like, that's not what he did. What did he do? He got his ass back up. He ran at Edge the next day at Monday Night Raw, FU'd him through something and said, we're fighting either tonight or at the next pay-per-view, and won the championship back. Like, that's John Cena, not, oh, gosh darn it, I've lost a lot of matches lately. What should I do? I might suck right now. There's only one way I can win a championship. It's not that I've been a Superman my whole career, but gosh darn it, I gotta win the Rumble like I did in 2008 and watch two fucking high school schmucks flip me off the bird while I'm winning. Like, no, John Cena isn't that. That's why it threw me off. Like, fuck that. I've never been, a Super Cena fan, but that's not John Cena that we saw Monday night. That was, let's try and like make me the underdog when I'm clearly fucking not. I'm the 16-time world champion. I'm John Cena. I'm the GOAT. I am not this fucking piece of dog shit that can't think he's good.
But yeah, no, sure, fine. I love that. That was a good rant. I can't wait to make a clip out of that. I can't wait to make a clip out of that. But what I'm saying is, after that promo, why can't your whole progression that you just laid out?
Oh, it can. It can. But to me, the start of his retirement, that was complete dog shit. It just was. John Cena came out and be like, I'm putting the whole roster on notice. I might have lost. I may have not won a match in 2,000 days, but this is my last year, and you're going to see me, maybe it doesn't work, but you're going to see me kick some fucking ass while doing it. I could still lose, but I'm going to do what I can to show people I am still the GOAT. That's what it should have been. Not, gosh darn it, I haven't won in a while. Maybe the Royal Rumble will get me a match.
Oh my God, that was so bad. Dude, that was amazing.
That was a good rant. That was a maybe we should have Ty Cena rants
dude, it pissed me off to know with the moment he started like saying, oh, I can't do I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to go through the TV, grab the mic, and be like, are you a bitch? Like, when have you ever done this in your career? Never. Zero. Your first moment in WWE was the prototype, and you stared at Kurt Angle and you said ruthless aggression, and you smacked the man across the mouth. And then we get 25 years later, oh, I don't know. Maybe I could win the Rumble. Let's see.
This reminds me of 15, 20 years ago when we used to have 4-hour conversations after Raw till 3 a.m. when we had high school in the morning after. And Ty would just go on rants about Cena, and we would just bicker about Cena. That was chef's kiss. I have nothing to add to it. We have the exact same feelings about John Cena, so Justin, jump on.
I mean, I'm here. I just didn't think his promo was that bad. That's all I'm saying here. I'm totally cool with the whole layout of him fighting Cody at Mania and losing, and then him, whatever, passing the guard, and then him beating whoever the Raw champion is. I'm totally cool with that. I just didn't have an issue with this promo. Apparently, I'm on the wrong side of that fence.
I had a big issue.
No, yeah. But I will say that I do want John Cena and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I am locked in on that. That is what I want. And there's no reason for it. I just want it. I have no curricular activities. Just I want Cody Cena because it's the best for business.
Yeah, and the one thing I couldn't tell if his head's actually shaved yet. I thought based off the sides.
No, he's got full head of hair.
But the back, I don't know.
He had his hat off backstage.
Did he? Oh, damn it!
Full head.
Dude, I'm telling you. I said it last week. It's the kryptonite. Shave it off. He'll start winning every match. He'll be the WWE champion. He'll be the world champion, IC champion, US champion, women's world champion, women's US champion, woman IC champion. He'll take the hardcore title off of fucking Travis Scott. He'll take the 24/7 championship out the garbage. Once he shaves it, he'll be good to go.
Damn.
Oh my God.
I'm just at Ron Simmons gif right now. Damn. I have nothing else to say.
I feel like I'm like 16 again, having 3-hour Raw conversations.
I didn't know John Cena set Ty off this bad. It was
really just the promo. It was the promo that really just rubbed me the wrong way.
I didn't enjoy it either. I did not enjoy it. Just
rubbed me the wrong way.
Damn.
It wasn't the worst part for me. Obviously, I said the worst part earlier. But it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I'll leave it at that.
Oh, that was so good. I just can't.
Anything else you guys want to chat about, or do you think that's a good time to wrap this one up?
I just wanted to bring up that I guess staying up until 3 a.m. is like a new norm, because I did stay up until 3 watching the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dynasty, Wrestle Dynasty, which was the New Japan AEW and CMML pay-per-view, and my God, Kenny Omega still fucking has it. That I mean, the whole card was incredible. Happy I stayed up for it. Just every match was great besides Jack Perry. But my God, Kenny Omega, after diverticulitis, after over a year being out of the ring, that man, yeah, he's
hasn't lost a step.
No, dude. Like, you know how I am with Will Ospreay. Man, I like Will Ospreay. Like, needs to learn from Kenny how to tell the story more in the ring. Like Kenny, like Will Ospreay can do all the cool moves and shit and give it all 100, but like Omega's methodical. Omega tells a fucking novel in a match and delivers every fucking time. Kenny Omega is the fucking GOAT. If AEW wants their ticket sales to go back up, get the fucking strap on him right now.
I'll never forget when I was first introduced to Kenny Omega in like 2000, I think it was like 2008, 2009, which is late, I feel like, considering he's had such a long career. I used to listen to this podcast called 2.5 Wrestlers. It was Pat Buck, Kevin Matthews, and this guy, Jay Silva. And they're all buddies with him. And Kevin Matthews just be like, Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world. And I'd be like, Kenny Omega? I have no idea who that is. 2009, 2010, whatever. Watching his stuff then and watching it now, seamless. He has the same skill, same storytelling, same fluency in the ring, like genuinely incredible. And oh man, if Triple H could get his hands on him,
dude.
I would love it. I would love it. Drooling for it.
He would win. I guarantee he'd be the first person to like just show up at the Royal Rumble for the first time ever and win it to go on a WrestleMania and win the championship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, he's so good.
And then like I know it's a New Japan pay-per-view because it was it's at the Tokyo Dome, but the fact that the Young Bucks won the New Japan World Tag Team titles, you had Kenny Omega's first match back after diverticulitis on New Japan Pro Wrestling. You had Mercedes Moné win over whoever, and then you go back to AEW and you have Chris Jericho and Jeff Jarrett fighting it out. Like what?
Dude, it makes no sense.
What's going on? Kenny
should have had his first match back at AEW. What are they doing? Especially when it's like that. Like, how full circle you would go between, him and Moxley, especially, the feud they had when, Kenny was champion. And it just makes zero sense because when I saw him come out and hand, Okada the Continental Championship.
Yeah.
I thought he was just coming back as an EVP, just a figurehead. I didn't think he was like fully cleared. And then when you texted us about Kenny's match, I'm like, wait, time out. This fucking man is cleared after this diverticulitis. And then I watched it and I was like, this man doesn't look like he, went through any surgeries or any rehab or any, wellness checks. Like he looks like he hasn't skipped a beat. Mm-hmm. And this man's just throwing it out there. And I'm like, how is this not an AEW pay-per-view match?
And the Young Bucks returned. Remember, they walked off. They said, "Screw it! Like the Death Riders are too crazy. We're done with this. Like we're leaving for a bit." And then they just return to New Japan and they win the tag titles. What's going on? And then, like I said, AEW, you have Jeff Jarrett in the main event against like Chris Jericho. And then you have Edge.
It's like
you have Edge for Jericho.
It's like old school TNA when the main event Mafia came around and it was Hogan and Flair and, I think Nash Hall was Nash in there.
Sting.
Dude, it was like, why? There's no reason for this. They have the talent. They do. They have the best wrestlers in the world. They do. Like, they look at what like we talked about last week with Will Ospreay, with Okada. 2 matches each. And 5-star matches all around, in my opinion, in those 3 matches. But how do you not storytell? How do you not grab people and you put that shit in, on AEW television?
And it's like you have like the superstars, like the older superstars, the legends, so to speak, to build around this young talent to bring them up to like a normal viewer's level. And you're not doing that. Like, take a Jericho, take an Edge, take a Christian, and take them with a young guy who people might not know, and build them up on television on United States television, on AEW, and make it work. Like, you have that. That is, and always will be, my biggest gripe with AEW even from when Cody was there.
And is Dustin stupid for signing like a 5-year deal? Like,
Dustin doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, how old is he? If someone offered, I'm surprised. I think he was shocked that they offered him even a 1-year deal.
Dustin has like a wrestling school now. Cody's nephews, his step nephews, not the same are involved in the wrestling school. I feel like Dustin's like, oh, like, let me just get my nephews in up to AEW, and then eventually Uncle Cody will come in and.
I could have, like, if I was Dustin and all of a sudden, like, it's negotiation time, he was probably ready to retire. And then Tony Khan says, here's a 5-year contract. And he said, yep. Are you kidding me? 5 years? How old is he? He's going to be 50.
Yeah, I think Dustin works a lot with like the female talent, kind of like not producing, but like kind of doing what TJ does. Like, he's very involved with like match planning and stuff like that. So I feel like he's more involved on the other side of the camera, but he still has, he's still involved. It's both ways. But yeah, he's probably so done. He's
55.
So he's going to be 60. He's going to be 60 when that contract ends.
Cody is 39, going to be 40 this year. He was born in 85. June 30th, 1985, if anyone's wondering.
Do you think Tony's like, I can't have Dustin go to WWE with his brother? Yo, here's a 5-year deal. You want to stay?
I don't know, man. It's wild. Look, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah. All right.
Can't wait to watch Dynamite tonight.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Give us your thoughts on the first ever Monday Night Raw on Netflix with advertisements if you're in the US. Give us your thoughts on the new era of NXT with our new champions at the Guard. Let us know on the socials. Give us your thoughts. Thank you for listening. I said it twice, 3 times, 4 times already. We'll catch you on the next one. Real Marks out.